Hey sis, hey, welcome to my channel, or if you're watching on YouTube, welcome to my YouTube videos. I'm so happy that you are here. Make sure that you give this video a like if you're on YouTube, and if you're in my personal Facebook group, The Single Woman Suite, make sure that you give hearts. So today, guys, we're going to talk about a word that is a powerful word, and it is intentionality. And so intentionality basically means that it's with purpose, it's with effort, it's directed, and it's in a direct focus, okay? And so we're going to talk about some of the ways that we can tell that a man is intentional about his pursuit of you. All right, so hello to the ladies that are joining. Make sure that you say hello back or give hearts and let me know that you're here. So let's get ready to get started. So you guys did not know this, but I have been in a relationship that was very intentional, leading to engagement and to marriage. And so I'm going to share this from my personal experience and just share a little bit with you guys about how men move when they're really intentional about pursuing you, especially since a lot of you have already said that you are believing that this year will be the year that you meet your significant other, that they begin to date you, that you might get engaged or married. You're looking towards that end. So I'm going to help us identify ways to see intentionality, guys, which is so attractive. If you think intentionality is attractive, or you've ever had a man who's been intentional with you, make sure you give me lots of hearts and let me know that you've experienced that before, okay? So the first way, guys, is that you know that he is intentional is that he brings up the exclusive talk. A lot of times I get inboxes and DMs from women where they are saying, they're bringing up the exclusivity talk, or they're asking him, where do we stand, where are things at, but when a man is really intentional about you, hi Tiffany, hi Latoya, hi Farmika, hey you guys, when a man is really intentional about his pursuit of you, he is going to be laser focused on you and go after you, and he will be bringing up the exclusivity talk. I heard a man last night on Clubhouse, and he was talking about, and I know this couple personally, they're awesome in the field of relationships. You might know them. It's this lady, her name is Tora Sense, and it was her husband, and he was talking about how he knew he wanted Tora, so he made sure that he intentionally went after Tora. He intentionally went after her, despite her having other suitors, despite other men being interested. He made sure that he was stepping up his game enough so that he could actively pursue her. And so likewise, ladies, when a man is really intentional about you, it won't matter who's trying to date you, who's coming around you, who's interested in you. He is going to be the one that wants to stand out, the one who wants to claim your heart, the one who wants to go after you, and the one who wants to make sure that everyone knows that you belong to him. So he will bring up the exclusivity talk. And that's why a lot of times you'll find women that stay in relationships for like 5 years, or even a year, or a year and a half. I know one time before I knew better, I stayed in a dating relationship for a year and a half with no title. And I was always asking the guy, like, what are we? Where do we stand? This was back when I was like 18, a long time ago. But I was always asking, like, what are we? Where do we stand? But the fact of the matter was that he just didn't want to commit to me. And so I think that a lot of times as women, we kind of look for excuses, or we look for reasons as to why this man is still into us. But if he's not trying to move the relationship forward, if he's not trying to advance the relationship, especially if you've been dating for a significant amount of time, I would say within the first 3 to 4 months, and that might be long to some people, he should be asking about exclusivity. Sometimes it happens on first or second dates, and so if he's not really trying to move it along, then that's a telltale sign that he may not be being intentional with you. So what does that mean? That means that he may have other options, other people that he's trying to see, other people he's weighing, but his focus is not laser focused on you becoming the one or his queen. So when a man is really interested in you, it feels really good, and he's going to bring up the exclusive talk, like, what are we and where do we stand? All right, you guys can interact, and if you want to, go ahead and drop some numbers for me. Latoya says, I've never experienced a man who bought up exclusivity. Well, guess what, Latoya? After becoming the one, you will. after becoming the one you will. And I'm so excited that you joined and that you registered, and You will. So just get ready, girl. It's coming. I've had, ever since I've learned the knowledge that I've learned that I'm going to be imparting into you guys and becoming the one, it's just been a whole 360 change as far as dating goes, my relationships go, and just men, they can't get enough, you know? So yeah, I'm excited for you. Let's wait. And if you guys are interested in joining Becoming the One after this live is over, feel free to click the link above. There's only 9 days left to join, you guys. That's the program where we're going to be healing we're going to be healing broken places. Hey Jasmine, hey sis, hey. We're going to be working on our triggers. We're going to be working on sustaining a relationship, not just getting into relationships. So if you are interested in that and you're like, DeWanna, you're speaking to me, I just got my stimulus check, girl, make sure you click the link above in the bio and join us January 21st. We get started. All right. Number 2, he checks in with you. So when a man is serious about you, as the relationship progresses, he is going to want to check in with you. He's going to want to make sure you are doing well. Now, I'm kind of a little bit like iffy on this point, because I do know that sometimes men do pull away. They need time to think and then come back to you. But for the most part, he'll be consistent. That's the word that I'm looking for. Consistency. He will be consistent in his pursuit of you, in his wanting to talk to you and get to know you. He will want to hear your voice. He will call just to hear your voice. You know, my boyfriend often called just to hear my voice. So he will do that. And if you guys are enjoying this, make sure you hit those hearts buttons, okay, guys? That is, you know, love token to me. So make sure you hit those hearts. All right, so he will check in with you. Sometimes 1 time a day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day. It just depends, all right? So when he's really intentional, he's going to want to hear your voice. He's going to want, you know, to make sure you're okay. He's going to want to know, you know, how to make your day better, which goes into some later points that we have. Hi, Keisha. All right, point number 3, you guys, is that when a man is really intentional about you, you will begin to spend more and more time together. So he will come up with ways to come up with creative dates. And you guys are like, DeWanna, I'm in the middle of a pandemic. I can't date. But ladies, you absolutely can date. You can date. I know that there's this really creative date that I went on once upon a time where, you know, in the pandemic, where this person took me on a car date. We went in the car and we ordered food from a restaurant and we ate in the car and we had a date. So you can absolutely, if you're comfortable with it, you can absolutely date in the pandemic. You can do Zoom dates. You can do, you know, all types of dates depending on what's open in your location. Thank you, Keisha, for saying you absolutely can. I was starting to feel so awkward. I'm like, well, maybe I was the only one. But you absolutely can date. Hey, Edrins, good to see you. Thank you for being on my live. So yeah, you absolutely can date on a pandemic. So he will find ways to spend time with you, whether it's a car date. When I was in relationship with my boyfriend, during the pandemic, he flew here to be with me in the midst of the pandemic. So don't tell me like what a man won't do when he really loves you or cares about you. All right, so men will do all types of stuff. And now you as the woman, you have to decide like, okay, do I feel comfortable with this or not? You know, do I feel safe with this or not? And that's going to be an individual choice. Edrin said she had a day where she said, yes, I've done that. And we watch a movie in our phones. That is so cute. I've heard of other dates where women have, what did he do? He delivered food to their house. So he had DoorDash or whatever deliver food, and then they both ate together on Zoom. So I thought that was cute because they didn't feel safe going out, so they ate together on Zoom. It's cute. All right, so you'll be spending more and more time together. I know so many, and give me a heart, lady. Drop a heart if you've ever seen or if you've seen so many engagements and marriages happening during this pandemic. So many engagements and marriages have been happening, right? So yeah, people are spending time together. Charmel said you can meet up for coffee or dessert. Yeah, So there are tons of ways that if a man really wants you, he will figure out a way to spend time with you. Yes, in the middle of a pandemic, people are still getting married in pandemics. Love is still happening in the pandemic. And that is why this is the perfect time to invest in yourself, to take the course, Becoming the One, because you really can't go wrong during this season. You have so much time on your hands to improve yourself, to work on yourself, to continue to grow. Number 3, you guys. Oh, I'm sorry, number 4. He's interested in you for more than just sex. He's interested. Latoya said, I've seen engagements. Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen so many weddings. It's just been amazing. So number 4, he's interested in you more than just sex. So when a man is really intentional, he's not going to just, want to call you at 11 o'clock and see what you're doing. He's not just going to text you at 2 a.m. WID. He's not just going to hit you up every couple of weeks with a WID text, then goes for the next 6-7 weeks like that. He will not do that. He will be interested in more than just sex with you. He will want you for who you are as a woman, your knowledge, your beauty, your essence, your femininity. Those are the things he will want you for. So Jasmine says, why do people be so quick to want to meet up and haven't even talked on the phone? Just text. SMH. It depends on the comfort level. Me personally, like I said, when my boyfriend flew here all the way from another state to see me, I felt comfortable with him doing that. So, and then as far as dating goes, you have to decide as a woman if you feel comfortable with it. I don't see anything wrong with it as long as you're okay with it, you know the risk with it. So it just depends. I'm not a texting girl. I'm just not. But every woman is different. Number 5, you guys, is that he will make you a priority. So this is so good because so many women have the excuses that, oh, the pandemic is happening, so he doesn't have time for me. That's crazy. Or, oh, he has kids, so he doesn't have time for me. Or, oh, he has a busy job, so he doesn't have time for me. Ladies, let me reassure you, when a gentleman is intentional about his pursuit of you, he will make the time for you. He will make the time to pursue you. He will make the time to call you. He will make the time to FaceTime you. He will make the time to get you on a Zoom call. He will make the time. So he's going to make you a priority. Even if he has friends to hang out with. I know another woman, she's a single mother. She's one of my good friends. And she's been dating this man for about maybe 10 years. Ever since we were working together. And she says that the reason why they're not together is because he wants to spend time with his friends more than he wants to spend time with her. And I'm just like, sis, like, love, like, we've been friends forever. And yeah, it's just not a good excuse, because when a man really does love you and he really does desire you, he will make you a priority. Like, nothing will come before you. If you say you need the littlest thing, he'll drop everything and come. Whether it's a hug, if he's, whatever, he'll drop everything and come. So let me see what these comments are saying. What do you do in text are so annoying, especially when I'm still going to annoy you. Oh, I will block you in a second. Yeah. Latoya said, oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So you guys, if you're praying for a husband, one of the things that you can do is to believe for a man who is going to be intentional, making that clear in your heart, making that clear in your mind, and meaning that he's going to make you a priority. He's going to put you first. Number 6, you guys, he's going to If you guys type this, I'll say it. Edrin says, I'm still getting used to having a man like this. Yes. Are you ready? If you're ready, type ready. I have this amazing point that's coming next. For number 6, if he's really intentional about you, he will actually call you his girlfriend. Isn't that good? Like, he will actually give you a label, and he will actually call you his girlfriend. He will actually call you his woman. When he introduces you, you won't just be his friend. I remember this one man that dated me, and we had met through social media. Actually, we had met through the Periscope app. Thank you for typing, Latoya, saying ready. And he had promised he was going to somehow show our connection on Facebook, that we were connected as an item or whatever. And when he put up our connection, he was just like, this is my friend. I'm just like, wow. You know, I didn't know we were still friends. Like, I thought we were deeper than that. And we had been dating for some time. So when a man is ready for you, he's going to call you his girlfriend. He's not going to say things such as, do we really need to put a label on it? Or, you know, do we really need to, or, you know, labels are lame, or labels are tired, or labels are, ugh, why do we need a label for this? You know how they'll try to coerce you and convince you as to why you don't need a label? Oh, Jasmine says some people do that too soon. But you know what, Jasmine? That's a part of a man showing you that he's really serious about you. So we can talk more about that. But if you're not interested in him, then you might feel that resistance. But when he's really interested, that's what it feels like. He will move the relationship along really, really quickly. Yeah, he'll move it along really quickly, and maybe even quicker than you might be ready. But that's what intentionality feels like. It doesn't feel like, and that's why I always say, like, feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling like, you know, he has you, and he's going to be moving it along pretty fast when he knows. All right, number 7, you guys, is he makes future plans. So he's going to be planning for you guys to have that house. He's going to be planning to buy you the house, or to, you know, when's the next date going to be. In fact, probably before the first date is over, he'll be asking you on the first date, when can I see you again? Have you guys ever had that happen to you? He'll be asking you, when can I see you again? When can you meet me again? When can we hang out again? So he's going to be making future plans with you. He's going to be trying to book your time in advance. It won't just be a late night, Friday, spur of the moment type of date. Just like, yo, what you doing tonight? But it'll be like he will want to know in advance. I know that's so attractive, right, you guys? He'll want to know in advance that you're available, that we have this thing that we're going to do on next Friday or next Saturday. That, you know, he will want to get your time in advance. He will be so serious about your relationship, whether it's planning a romantic date, or taking you to an amusement park that you've been wanting to go to for a while. Yes, and he won't be doing the booty calls. He will be intentional. Latoya says, yes, I have. Yeah, so he's going to want to stick around and be with you. That's what it feels like, guys. When a man is intentional, he moves the relationship ahead at a pace where usually you're kind of like, whoo, like he's going kind of fast. Like, you might have to catch your breath a minute. But he tries to. And as women, you do have the right to say, I'm not quite ready for that yet. But yeah, men who are intentional, they move, and they move with consistency, and they move pretty intentionally. Okay. Number 8, you guys. He does thoughtful things for you. Hi, Natasha. Welcome. So he does thoughtful things for you. Why don't you guys share with me some of the thoughtful things that you've experienced, or have you not experienced the thoughtful things? So I've experienced getting flowers every single week. Thoughtful things such as calling to make sure that I'm okay, making sure that I have medicine if I'm sick, making sure that I, just am well cared for. So when a man is intentional about you, he will do those things. Now, he might not do flowers every week, and that might not even be your love language, but he will do thoughtful things to show he cares. Maybe bringing you a CD of your favorite, not a CD, a playlist, or sending you a playlist of your favorite songs. You know, these are all ways to show thoughtfulness, that men show thoughtfulness when they're really interested. You say that your favorite color is red, so maybe if you guys date during the pandemic, he'll buy you a red mask. You know, thoughtful things such as that. Adrian says that making sure I eat is my favorite. Yeah, I love a good meal too. What's your favorite cuisines? I love Jamaican, Greek, and Italian cuisines the best. I love Jamaican, Greek, and Italian. Yeah, thoughtful. And if you like to cook, see, Adrian thinks that, romance and a man who's intentional, it would be sweet if they cooked dinner to 90s music. and I don't like to cook. So it is what it is, and I don't think you have to know how to cook for a man who loves you to love you. So, but that's sweet for you. I have received flowers. That's sweet. I love flowers. I love roses especially. All right. So for instance, if you have a favorite drink at Starbucks, he may go and get the drink. You know, he may get the pumpkin spice latte or the mocha chocolate chip frappuccino. So whatever feels good to you as a woman, whatever is thoughtful to you as a woman, like everything differs from us. Edgar says he watched videos, LOL. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's cute. She said, okay, so I'm guessing that they cook in the kitchen and then he like watches videos to help him along. Like, that's so cute. I'm not opposed to cooking in the kitchen. I just don't know how I feel about it being a nightly thing. I like to cook. I don't want to cook all the time. I want him to cook sometimes too, LOL. Yeah, I don't want it to ever feel like, and it shouldn't, and like as a feminine woman, it should never feel like it's a demand. Like, if you don't, like I remember I met this lady in the grocery store one time, and she just looked like she had been through so much, and she looked so discouraged, and I just asked her what's going on, and I'm like, and she just told me, she was like, oh, my husband, if I don't get home in time, he's going to have a fit. If I don't have dinner on the table by, I guess, like 5:45, he's going to have a fit. I'm like, really? She was like, yeah. I was like, well, I'm single. She's like, you're lucky. I'm like, oh. But yeah, that doesn't feel good. Yes, or restaurants and takeouts. Yeah. So men who are intentional, they'll do things, whatever, you know, and whatever a man thinks is good for you as his woman. If you love to cook, then he'll do that with you. If you don't, he'll do that takeout. Like, he'll do all types of stuff when he's intentional and thoughtful. Number 9, you guys, he will ask your opinion. So he will include you. If he's buying a house, he might say, well, what area do you think, you know, I should buy it in? If he has a shirt on, he'll say, well, you know, which shirt do you like the best? Which one do you think looks best on me? These are ways that he will get your opinion and ways that he will want to know that you are, you know, he will want to know what your thoughts are concerning it. He'll value your thoughts. He'll value it. So he will ask, do you think I should quit my job? Where do you think we should go for dinner? What do you think about this outfit? What do you think about going to my family's house next weekend? So he'll want to know. Latoya says, exactly. Men see I can cook, and that's, girl, Latoya, I have so much to teach you. Becoming the one is part of, you know, we're going to do the wholeness work, but there's another class where I'm going to launch where we are not going to do any of those things anymore prematurely, because it oftentimes leads us into men who try to use us as women versus really loving us for who we are. They're loving you for what you do, and that's not right. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so he asked your opinion, and if you fell into that trap, it's okay, girl. We all have made mistakes. Mine haven't been in cooking, but I've made other mistakes. So number 10, he introduces you to friends and or family. The last man that I seriously dated, we had never even met before. He flew me on a plane to meet to stay with him and his family. And Latoya says she's so excited. I'm so excited. And when we were there, do you know he introduced me to his mom the first day? And we had been dating for about 5 months. He flew me on the plane to meet his family, and I met his mom that first day down there. First day there. So I met his mom, I met his auntie, I met his grandma, I met his sister, I met his brother, I met everybody, because that's how it looks when a man is intentional. Now, you may be like, well, you guys dated for like 4 months and then he introduced you to his whole family. Yes, because he was intentional in his pursuit. So when a man is intentional, he's not going to be trying to hide you. You know, it was him who was saying, well, let's make it Facebook official. For me, I don't plan on making anything Facebook official until I'm engaged. But yeah, he will be intentional about introducing you to his friends and family, not trying to hide you from people, not being hesitant to introduce you to his mom. Now, you don't want that like prematurely on the first date, but he will be intentional about introducing you to his family and his friends. And he will want their opinion too. All right. All right, and number 11, guys, is that he actually listens to you. He will actually listen to you. And if you guys have been enjoying this, do me a favor, give me a heart, and then also make sure you invite anybody who you think can benefit from this inside of our community, inside of our Facebook group, all right? And also make sure you check out Becoming the One if you're ready to do work on healing, wholeness, managing triggers, and just really getting yourself prepared for 2021 and the love that God has for you. All right? So when he sends that next person, that you'll be ready. All right, 11 is he actually listens to you. All right, so isn't it, okay, so have you ever been on a date with a man, and when you're sitting there with him, you're like, we are not, like, he's just talking, and I'm not talking about like the first date, but he's just doing this, like, you giving him a couple dates, and you start to notice, like, all he does is talk about himself. All he does is keep going on and on about himself. Although he might do that at the beginning because he's trying to impress you and peacock you, at some point, peacock meaning like impress and show you, you know, about himself. At some point, he should be wanting to hear you, wanting to know how your day felt, wanting to know how you're feeling about your day. All right? And so when a man is interested in you, he will actually listen to you. He will actually want to know the things that make you happy, the things that make you sad. He'll want to know, you know, just different things about you. All right? And number 12, it runs into number 12. He will, if a man is intentional about his pursuit of you, he will ask questions to get to know you. Have you guys ever had so many questions asked that it felt like you were on an interview? Have you guys ever experienced that before? When a man is intentional, he is going to ask questions. He's going to ask a lot of questions, because through him asking the questions, he's going to get to know more about you, and he's going to get to know more convinced, or not, but usually more convinced about that this is indeed the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. So he's asking questions. He wants to get to know you. What do you like to do? That's a common question. Where do you work? What do you do? What makes you happy? Things of that nature. And so when a man is intentional, he will ask all of those questions and more. Also, guys, I'm going to add a bonus tip for us that are believing God for Christian men. When a man is intentional, guys, he will cover your relationship with prayer. Now, this might be something he has to grow into. It may be something that he may not do right away. But if a man is intentional, he will also pray. He will also be a man that will lead with prayer and be led by God. He will be led by God, and he will be a man who prays, who believes in prayer, and will want to keep your heart through prayer, through seeking God's face. So, like I said, that might not be something he does initially. It might be something he's shy about or he has to grow into, but a man who's intentional, a man who's godly, he would be open to that. I see your statements. It's so funny. So, guys, this is how to tell. And you guys go ahead and type questions that you have. I'd love to answer some for you really quick. I don't have any questions to ask. How to tell if a guy is serious about you. Let's go back through them. Number 1, you guys, he brings up the exclusive talk, and that feels so much better than us bringing up the exclusive talk, because then when he says, oh, I just need time or whatever, you know, so it's just better when he brings it up, you know. It's better just being, like, I love being feminine. I love letting a man take the lead. I just love all of that. Number 2, he checks in with you throughout the day, so he wants to know how your day is. He wants to know how your day has gone. Number 3, you spend more and more time together. So maybe you saw each other once a week, and then it turns into 2 to 3 times a week. All right. Number 4, he's not just with you because he wants to have sex with you, or just because, you know, he just like he loves a certain body part of you. He wants to know you. He wants to get to know the woman. You know, he wants to know who you are. All right. Number 5, he makes you a priority. So you should feel really good in a secure relationship. You should feel really good because you will be his priority. When you call, you won't get, oh, I fell asleep. Like, sometimes, yeah, but every time? Number 6, he calls you his girlfriend, so there's actually a label on you guys. Number 7, he makes future plans. So he's planning for your next date. He's planning for the house. He's asking you how many kids you want. You're not the one who's hounding him down, like, you know, trying to make him move faster than he's ready to, but he's making plans and he's moving forward. Jasmine, I see your question. I'll get to it in 1 minute. Number 8, he does thoughtful things for you. So he's doing things that are really sweet. It could be as simple as a Snicker bar. It could be as simple as sending you a poetry. It could be as simple as sending you a playlist of love songs. But he will do things that are thoughtful. You just notice it. You won't even have, it won't be something that you ask for. He'll just do it because, you know, he loves you like that. Number 9. He asks your opinion. Which shirt looks better? What should I wear? What do you think? Okay? When a man's intentional in dating, he will do those things. I definitely have a good amount of experience with intentional dating. Number 10, he's introduced you to friends and family. All right? So he's going to be introducing you to his friends and family. Number 11, he actually is going to listen to you. Listen to what you say. Listen to your heart. Some men do not care. All they care about is how you look. I know that sounds shallow and superficial, but it's so true. But there are some men who will actually want to hear what you have to say. They'll actually care about your dreams. They'll care about the things that you desire. Number 12. He'll ask questions to get to know you. All right? So he will be asking questions to get to know you better. So let me see what your comments are saying. Thank you guys for commenting. Make sure you guys heart this video too. It helps it to get picked up in the news feed, and I appreciate that. Let's see. Jasmine says, Jasmine, you typed a lot. Thank you for typing all this and trusting me with your answer. I'm talking to this guy who we met online. Our first convo, he's asking us, can we go out? Like, can we get to know each other first, or how should I go about it? That's such a good question, Jasmine. How do you need to decide, like, do you feel good about that? Or do you not? You know, I can answer you, but I can't really tell you how you feel about it. You know, what do you feel about it? She says Edrin says some people prefer talking in person. True, but I'm kind of funny about that. Jasmine, this is a really tricky time. So, you know, with coronavirus and health issues and worries and concerns, you honestly have to do what, you know, you believe is best. You know, for me personally, but I'm kind of a risk taker anyway, so I'm a risk taker with everything but my body. Not taking any risks with that. But when it comes to different things in life, I just choose to take the risk if I think it's worth it. And I just figure whatever happens, happens. That's just how I am. So it just depends. If you're okay with that, you're okay with it. If you're not, you're not. It really comes down to how do you feel about this whole thing, this whole pandemic. All right. So I hope that helps you. Have you tried virtual dating? Oh, that's a good idea, Edrin. Edrin says, have you tried virtual dating? Yeah. That's one idea. If you like that, you could do that. You could do virtual dating. You could say, I want to talk a little bit longer. It's really up to how you feel, what you want to do. All right. So, all right, loves. Well, that is what I have for that. If you guys have not already, register for Becoming the One. We start in 9 days, you guys. I'm so excited to pour into you, to teach you, and to really help show you just some of the ways that, you know, we are stopping our own selves from the things that we want the most. We are our own biggest hindrances. You know, we say we're waiting for a husband and we're praying for a husband, but the Bible says that faith without works is dead. You know, and so if you really feel God pulling on you, you guys, you keep seeing it in your news feed. Know that this is a class that is literally, you're going to be having lifetime access to this class. So you'll have access to this for the rest of your life. Also, you guys, it's going to impact your relationship. And at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself the question, are there certain patterns in my relationships that I keep repeating? Are there certain cycles in my relationship that I keep repeating? And is there a better way to go about it? And do I want to keep going around the merry bush, or do I really want to put things in place? Being feminine, being attracted to men, having men wanting to pursue, court you, and yes, even ask you to be engaged or marry you. I'm so glad it helped you. It's so much more than your credit scores. It's so much more than your degrees. And it's so much more than traditional advice that's being taught. You really do have to be in a place of healing. You have to be in a place of wholeness. You have to be in a place where you know how to manage yourself emotionally and manage triggers. And that is what Becoming the One is going to do. So if you have not checked it out, I am so excited. Like I said, we only have 9 days left. Go register at bit.ly/Becoming the One. All right, I got another question. I like creative men that put forth effort. How can I meet them? Latoya, you get all into this. How do you know? Well, you know, first of all, I'm not already going to say online. You know, I believe that, like, online, especially during the pandemic. I heard, like, this lady in Clubhouse, and she was saying, like, I'm believing God for a mate, but I'm just going to not be online. I'm just going to believe he's going to just fall out the sky. Like, I'm like, and I was just laughing because, yeah, possibly, you know, he could just fall down and he could be the Amazon man or the UPS man, or he might be the guy who comes to change your fix your dishwasher. But more likely than not, he's going to be a man that you're going to have to position yourself in order to meet. You know, you're going to have to position yourself in order to meet this man. Latoya's laughing. Adrian, I'm glad that this was helpful and it was appreciative. But yeah, so you're going to have to position yourself, and you're going to have to, yeah, I believe in online. So there's a start. So I hope that helps. And don't be ashamed of it. I feel like sometimes, like, people will try to shame you into, like, not being online or not doing that. But especially in the middle of the pandemic, it's kind of hard, especially if you're really, really health conscious. It's kind of hard to, you know, meet anybody any other ways unless you're talking to the UPS guy or the Amazon guy. So, yeah, there's that. And that's okay, too, if that's your thing. And if you guys connect and if you click, that's okay, too. The cable man. The cable man, it's like, is he a prospect? Will we work out? Anyways, guys, I love you guys, and this felt really good. This is really fun. Like I said, I hope that you guys join. If you have not yet join Becoming the One. We're gonna be doing this live via Zoom. So I'm excited for the women that have registered. I'm excited to see you guys inside the class. So if you connected to me on this, thank you. I'm so happy. And yeah, it's only going to get more richer and more in depth in Becoming the One. So make sure you check it out at the link above. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.